r/ask Reddit. What do you have zero sympathy for? People who treat everybody like garbage then complain about being lonely. Like, I'm not getting paid to be here. If you act like a dong, I'm leaving. I have a friend on FB whose posts alternate between her opinions on long-term relationships and commitments being stupid because she wants to live in the moment and not held back and anchored down by some man, and posts crying about being single. Gee, I wonder why. My ex-BFF always used to post stuff on FB about how she wishes there were girls out there who like to have sleepovers and drink wine while watching movies, and I'm thinking, biatch, every time I invited you over to do that stuff you declined. I even commented on her post saying, yeah, that sounds like fun, let's do that. When are you free? And then no response or follow up. People getting destroyed by animals after ducking with them. Matadors. There is a picture out there of a matador with a bull's horn right through his lower jaw. I like that picture. Duck teasing animals for sport. It's a tradition that need to die. Teasing animals and killing them. There's that part. I have zero sympathy for a parent that never says no to their child. Agree, but I have endless sympathy for the poor teachers that have to teach them. It is rough. Drunk drivers. And people who text and drive. Studies show it's as dangerous as drunk driving. It's generally more dangerous. Texting takes your attention entirely away from the road. Contrary to popular belief, the brain cannot multitask in the ways we think it can. A person who is texting and driving is going to have zero time to respond to a potential accident. No opportunity to swerve away or slow down. Drunk driving is also stupid and dangerous as hell, of course. But a drunk driver has more of a chance to avoid another car and injure themselves instead, assuming they are driving alone, which unfortunately many aren't. People who throw their trash away next to the trash bin. People who sit in their cars at McDonald's eating their food then drop the rubbish and packaging out their window. You have to drive past a bin to leave the car park, you stupid dunt. Right? That's what the passenger seat is for. People who lose their shit over things that don't matter, for example when McDonald's runs out of sauce. Edit. Let's be kinder to each other. Yep. What do they want the restaurants to do? Magically make the 86th item out of thin air? We're out. Duck off somewhere else if it's that important. Had a table flip their shit because we didn't have coleslaw in once. Like they didn't understand how we could keep the restaurant open without coleslaw available, because we have 3 dozen other things on the menu in. Ducker? Had a lady do this recently at the supermarket I work at. I worked at the cash register and she began going crazy because we only had 4 different boxes of muesli bars and she said there should be a whole aisle for muesli bars. She wasn't even joking. People who get towed when they leave their car running in the fire lane in front of supermarkets. We had a lady come back in and scream bloody murder at my co-worker because she got her a ticket because the 2-3 minutes Kristen spent helping her was long enough for the cops, who always were an hour lot, to notice her car parked in the fire lane. It was amazing when she came back a few days later with a card and a sincere apology admitting how childish she had been and it was actually her own fault. Or the people who park in handicapped spaces. Edit, that don't have a handicap or are not with people with a handicap. When I see someone driving like a total knobhead, cutting everyone off, causing near crashes all down the road, and then I pass them later on pulled over by a cop. This actually happened to me once. Perhaps one of the most gratifying moments I've ever witnessed. It was like 3 AM. I was coming home from working in a different part of the state. I passed a sitting state trooper, and almost immediately after, this guy flies by me doing close to 100 in a flashy sports car. As I was quietly bitching about the cop not doing his job, he flies by me, lights and sirens going, and pulled sports car guy over. I hope I straight up willed that to happen. Cop probably was chillin', so it took him a minute to start going after the guy, probably saying something along the lines of "damn it, I was comfortable." That guy who got killed by that indigenous tribe on that island that the government told him not to go on, because if he went there he would get killed by that indigenous tribe. Sentinel Islanders. Apparently there was some missionary who went there and got killed, but I don't know if you're referring to this one. Yay, it was that one. People who are absolute dunce to minimum wage workers, retail, servers, fast food, etc. then cry when they don't get their way, or better yet, get kicked out. That worker doesn't control the price or the inventory, or even the store policy. If you have a problem, ask for a manager like an adult instead of throwing a temper tantrum. As a minimum wage employee, the amount of times my black co-worker has been called racial slurs for just doing his job makes me so ducking sick. Doesn't matter what the wage is, that's never okay. People who yell or snap at bartenders and then have to wait longer to get their drink. Guests who sit down and aren't served within 30 seconds even though I acknowledge them while helping another guest. Hello? Can I get some service here? Duck off. Actually, I dated a woman recently who was like this. She also didn't understand that you wait to be seated for food regardless of how empty a restaurant bar is. Turns out she just hadn't been to many restaurants. For once in my life it was me teaching etiquette. D. People who use suicide against people wanting a breakup. Edit imagine calling 911 on your birthday. Edit IDK if that upvote score is viral or not, but like thank you so much, I'm new so I didn't accept this much love. Also, I've only seen someone talk about my situation once, but I'm glad to see I'm not alone. I'm glad I got out of that relationship and see that I'm not the only one who had to go through that. People who act like the victim with everything. After dating one for a while it finally hits you how cancerous it is. It weighed on my mental health and I almost went to a psyche ward. Her ghosting me was the best thing to ever happen to me last year. My ex didn't necessarily play victim, but she always had this chip on her shoulder. There was this big victimization thing going on at her dorm, and after hearing multiple sides I still don't know what to believe. It does weigh you down, man. Not flushing your shit. Disgusting. Why does one of us not know how to flush the toilet after you've had a shit? Needing to listen to music badly enough that you play your phone speaker on public transportation. OMG. I become irrationally angry when people do this while hiking. You're in nature, enjoy the nature sounds. I don't want to listen to dubstep in the woods. You selfish jackass. Edit. Okay, yeah, I've lived in high bear populations, and I totally sang I Will Survive out loud to make noise while walking alone. Most hikers know that chatter will scare away the animals. That's why you do it. So will your music. It's something rude to play your speaker on a high moderately trafficked trail. Be prepared for my shitty comment as you pass me. People abusing others, especially children, in any way, physical and emotional. Asian parents would like to know your location. They probably already know it though. Sex traffickers. Purest form of evil. Honestly, anything that involves treating people like property, like organ harvesting. People who do not use their blinker while driving. Why? You're too lazy to move your hand for a second? You expect everyone else on the road to read your mind? Duck you. Man. Just duck you. Amen. One of my biggest pet peeves on the road. As an addition, the people who turn and then start using their blinkers while already turning. Kinda defeats the purpose. Especially when they totally ignore the fact that other people need this information. Not just other cars. That guy waiting to cross the road. That oncoming bicycle. etc. Just use your damn turn signal even if you think nobody is around to see it. Westerners who joined and fought for ISIS now wanting to come home. Edit ISIS brides too. Yep. Made your bed. Now lie in it. As far as the brides go, they absolutely laid in it. And that's the issue. Child abusers, rapists. Actually subhuman. Same. And child abusers who are not rapists seem to get a lot of excuses made for them. Very few people are crazy enough to excuse child rapists. But child abusers are often excused. She did her best. But he's your parent. You know she loves you. That's just how he was taught to do it. She didn't know any better. He was depressed. Give me a break. I don't care that someone is doing their best if their best is abusive. In fact, that's only more proof that they're dangerous and awful. If that's their best, what the hell is their worst? I've personally experienced abusive relatives and it honestly astounds me the excuses people will make for them. After all they've done for you, but they love you, etc. Rapists. That's what I was gonna say. Duck them pieces of human filth. With consent. Don't wanna be one of them. People who abuse their kids' pets and then cry when they get taken away from them by CPS animal control. People who die while doing dumb and preventable shit. Taking selfies in dangerous places. Taunting wild animals then getting attacked. Parkour/other stunts if they know full well it's beyond their skill, etc. Edit. Also, people who join MLMs and become broke. There's so much information on how dangerous and predatory these companies are. If you still wanna join, fine. That's on you then, but don't come crying to us when you lose all of your money, have medical issues, especially with ones like It Works, and do terror. Lose your house and have thousands of dollars worth of unsold inventory because nobody else wanted it. Edit too. With the Parkour/stunts I don't mean trained professionals. I mean just regular people who do dumb dangerous stunts to impress their friends. Liking jumping into the pool from your roof and then missing and breaking your neck, etc. With MLMs, I mean younger, sound-minded people who should know better and recognize obvious scams, not disabled or elderly people if that makes sense. Also, I feel bad for kids who are forced to use oils by their parents and get medical problems, but not the parents themselves when they refuse to get medical treatment for serious things. I think I'm naive here, but what does MLM stand for? Wait, I just googled it. Multi-level marketing, i.e. pyramid scheme. I'm still gonna post this comment cause I can't be the only person who didn't know this. Edit. I've learnt the difference between E, G and I, E, now. So there's no reason to continue using improper grammar. I'm glad this comment helped. From the upvote count, over 1,000 people. Take control of your life, my friends, and opt to be active learners, not passive. I entirely lack sympathy for people that abuse animals and kids or the elderly. In fact, those people actually inspire homicidal tendencies whenever I hear about their bullshit. People who hold strong opinions, generally incorrect ones, without any evidence or reasoning, and refuse to listen to logic, or at least hear other people's points of view. Anti-vaxxers would like to know your location. Access denied. Child predators. I knew one. He sexually abused my cousin from the age of 4 until she had the courage to tell her parents at age 12. He's serving 3 years in jail because she didn't testify against him. Too uncomfortable and didn't feel safe. I will never have sympathy. If he isn't dead, I would kill him. Her dad might. The ducker deserves to suffer. And if I see him, I'll make him suffer. 3 years in prison is not enough for 8 years of child abuse. Disgusting. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.